What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Thanks again for tuning in. This is The Activated Podcast, your boy Ebu, live and direct inside, of course, as always, the Activated Podcast studio. Welcome back, baby. Happy Friday. Even though we don't record on a Friday, as you guys can know, but I'm sure you listen to on a Friday. You guys already know what it is. And of course, today, I got a good dude up in here in the studio with me. You know what I mean?
Sometimes.
We almost didn't even make it today, but we made it work just because we love you and we like to give you great content.
Yes, sir.
He pulled up on me. He was like, yo, you know what? Let's do another week. He's like, nah, man. Let's see if we could squeeze it in. I was like, for sure. So you hear him talking. I want to make sure that I get the introduction right. Represent north side of Toronto. Is it
Jane, my guy?
Is it north?
Yeah.
People refer to it as west, no?
Well, on the west end of the city, but the north side of the Jane. North side of Jane Finch.
Okay.
So that's like Jane and Shoreham, Jane and Driftwood.
Yeah.
But more I'm just from Jane Finch, you know?
Jane and Finch.
Yeah.
He is a recording artist here in the city of Toronto.
Yes, sir.
One of very few artists that I gave a fuck enough to even go listen to their music outside of it.
Wow.
And I was, taken by shock because I've seen him perform Afrofest and all this stuff, which we're going to get into. But with no further ado, I got Terence TP in the house.
Much love.
What's going on, man? How you feeling? It's cold outside,
I am great,
man.
bro. Driving through flurries and whatnot in that traffic, but, I'm here. So.
To get through.
Yes, sir.
I like that kind of dedication, man. I honestly... And I'm gonna be honest with you now. As you're talking, people that usually cancel on me the first time, I always look at it like, yo, they're not serious.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Very honest, I don't blame you.
You know what I mean? And honestly, once we miss, especially when we schedule it so far ahead, it's like when we miss that, then I'm like, then I gotta put everything in the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Even to make this happen out of context, but I woke up.
It's your time, right?
So at 8 a.m. I have to go to the gym, go get a haircut, go do what I got to do because I knew. You know what I mean? 2 p.m. we got this up. But what's up, man? How you doing? Good?
Bro, I'm feeling beautiful. I'm really excited about the new year and, I'm really blessed right now. I honestly can't complain.
I could tell you're ready for 2020 because you also dropped a song.
Yes, I did.
2020.
Yes, sir.
Which I listened to a few times. I could tell that you bought your business this year.
I'm not playing.
Let me ask you this. What makes 2020 such a special year? Why not whatever that energy that you're feeling going into 2020, why wasn't it there 2019? Or is there any particular reason?
You know what? Like for me, I've been doing a lot of shows, in the city, and I've done like a ton. Right. And I've lapped like the same events maybe 2 or 3 times. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I felt like I just needed to get to a place where it's like, okay, what's just doing shows in the city and being known locally? What am I doing to get to that next point? So I'm like, we're going to a new decade. Let this decade be a decade of, making more money,
Facts.
Doing bigger and better shows and taking myself past, just, being known as your local performer. So with that being said, I kind of like zeroed in. I think Afrofest was the last show I did in a year because I said, I really want to focus and prepare for, this new decade and whatnot. So with that being said, I'm just like, I'm not even playing with these people. And let's get it. Real talk.
I like that energy.
Yeah.
And so Afro was the last show you...
I think that's the last show I did.
You actually, one thing that I'm finding in common, artists, MCs, or whatever it is, people that are creative, they're not rushing their product no more. You see
why?
What I mean?
Yeah, why?
Even me, when I came back for all my trips, people like, yo, you doing it? I was like, yo, bro, give me time, man.
Yo, bro, I realized that it's not about the quantity of your music, it's the quality. And I'm not saying that as a cliche because there's this, there's a song that I'm well known, it's called Freedom. I've been doing that song for 3 years. And people still book me for this song till now in 2020. Yeah. And I did I made 2 projects past that, but people obviously like what they like. So with that being said, it's new to them. So why am I trying to rush and feel like I'm on this, wave there or whatever? If you're making music and it hits the right people, and it's timeless to them. So that's where my mind is at mainly.
That's crazy that you say that. Freedom is by far my favorite song.
Thank you.
That you put out. Even listening to your body of work, and I realized, and this is what's important, is that once you perform that song, you're like, yo, I need to check into this guy. So I go in there, like, yo, you got 3, 4, 5, whatever, how many projects is there? So I'm listening through it, and I'm like, this guy's been out here
working
for a long time.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How long have you been pursuing music?
I've been pursuing music seriously. It's about to be my 5th year. I'm 24 now. So I'm turning 25 in June,
Yeah.
But seriously, I've been doing it for 5 years and whatnot. So I've been just being consistent, just putting music out and, learning more about myself and growing with my music and whatnot. And, just kind of been my main type of thing,
You are of Ghanaian descent?
Yes, sir.
Have you been to Ghana?
Yo, bro, I don't want to talk about Ghana, bro. I was supposed to go this 2019. I was supposed to go. I got finessed, crazy.
Talk to us about that.
Yo,
What you mean?
I bought a ticket in May
of
2019.
Okay.
Super early. I said I'm gonna.
That's when I got my ticket.
Bought my ticket
to go to Niger.
1,400. I said, all right, dope. I'm lit.
Yeah.
And then in August, the airline calls me, says, "Oh, it's Egypt Air." So and learned a lot about Egypt Air. So what happened was Egypt Air called me and said, "Yo, we can take you to Egypt, but your connecting flight to Ghana we can't do for you anymore." And this was in August, like September-ish. When they told me that, they're like, "Yo, you can just take your money back and that's it." So I'm like, "All right, I'll take my money back." So I paid 1,400, and then in September, it became 3,000.
Yeah.
So I said, well, when am I gonna do it then? So then after that, I had another opportunity to go with this initiative called Clean Up in Ghana. Then I missed that initiative, and then Afrofest was talking about going to Ghana and performing. And they're like, "Yo, come out and do audition, do all of that. We got you, no problem." Then I forgot about that, and I'm just like, "Yo, what's going on?" Maybe I'm just not meant to be there.
Right.
Then I went to Atlanta instead for the Christmas break, and then in the news I see Egypt Air lost 900 bags for people who went to Ghana. I said that would have been me. So I'm just like,
you'd have been in Ghana.
Stress with my one singlet T-shirt.
Now, I ran into, I believe her name is Jakisha?
Kibra or Zakisha?
Jakisha.
Both of them, yeah.
Kibra, we were on the
Kibra was there too.
on the same show together. I was hosting for the Afrofest. Jakisha, I saw her, and she was telling me she actually got to Ghana with no clothes because both her bags
missing
was lost.
What are you gonna do with that? Not. You're gonna flip it inside out? Nah, I can't wear my clothes inside out.
No, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, luckily enough, I think with $50, you could probably get
something decent to wear. Yeah,
you can get a good wardrobe going on and plus they gotta pay you back. They almost put me on Egypt. I was like,
they said KLM is the only way to go. Apparently,
they when I got the call and they was figuring out how to book. The lucky thing for me, because I was like the last addition to it.
Yeah,
I got to be a little creative with how we get there because I think everybody else went through Ethiopian.
Yeah. They did. Yeah,
because it was also one of the sponsorship of Afrofest. But I went through Air Canada and KLM. Thank God. They tried to put me on Egypt, and I was like,
yeah, KLM is the juggernaut. They're well known for
to go to Ghana.
Yeah.
Right?
My mom said, only KLM, nothing else.
For us going to Niger is Air France.
Okay. Them too, I was told Air France also works for Ghana very well too. It's KLM and Air France.
So, will you go next year?
I have to. This year. It's 2020.
I like that energy.
I like make it happen.
Let me ask you this. So you've never been?
Never.
Why do you feel that you have to go?
Well, it's so much of me, a part of me that I don't know because of where I'm from.
Right.
And I've been in this Western, construct my whole life. There's so much to me that I can get to know and be aware of within my culture, which is so rich. So, you'll know that more than me because you've been there.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm trying to get back to something I've never seen before. So, that's pretty much why I really want to go back and whatnot.
From Instagram and everything else that you've seen, for people down there, what do you think will be the first kind of culture shock that you might experience?
I think maybe how they receive North American artists. Yeah. The way how they show much love to American artists is crazy. And the willingness for people to want to, be a part and support is different out there, I was told. I was just talking to my friend as I was driving here. She's just like, yo, Ghana's the move. The way how they support out there is you really want to work, you can get it. But they don't have no plan Bs. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. That's it.
I'm all in.
Yeah, over here, sometimes we be scared. We be jumping with parachutes. But if there's, something cushiony to fall on, why you got your parachute on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, that's pretty much more my,
growing up as a Ghanaian with the Ghanaian background in Toronto, one of the roughest part that I would say in Toronto, I even got a little story about Jane and Finch. I used to go check a chick over there. You know what I mean?
A shorty.
You know what I mean? We
what's
just pull up.
poppin', you know?
It'd be like 2-3 in the morning. We'd be outside.
Holy smokes, this guy.
Driftwood. I can't remember what the community center is
Driftwood
called.
Community Center?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they have outdoor basketball court.
Yeah. And a swimming pool right there.
5, 6 or whatever. Until one day I was talking to another friend. She's like, yo, where do you always go? I was like, oh, I know this girl who lives
over there.
She's like, what?
Yeah, you're bugging at that age, at that time.
No idea.
Sometimes it's okay, you know. You're just, I know. So you know what? I've seen some people. One time, bro, when I was younger, I've seen these guys. These 2 guys from Brampton came to the neighborhood for girls. And just you're not the first and you're not the last. So basically, what happened was like, they went over there, and then like, a bunch of the men were out. So there was like, 30 guys. I was in grade 3 at the time.
Shit, yeah.
So they caught like 3 of them. Those guys. They're like, yo, what are you doing over here? No, we're here to check girls. Like, we don't know you. So then they try to run. So the 3 of them are running like, yo, gone. They caught one. They started beating up that one guy, and then the one guy one guy started gun butting him, and then they put him on this old car that doesn't move, like nobody, they just parked there, and then someone took like one of those, like Lance Armstrong like bikes that keep your head down, skinny tires. They took the bike and they threw it on him. All I seen is body go, and I'm like, yo, like, is this guy alive? Like, what? And that's the worst thing I've seen, with somebody just coming to come check somebody. I'll never forget that day.
I pulled up. I used to drive this 1992 Mazda Protege Red.
Yes.
First time I pulled up, pick up the girl. She got in the car. She said, "Don't bring this car here."
Yeah.
I was like, "What you mean? It's red."
It's like,
you can't pull up with the red.
That's some point. That was so old ago. That was a long time.
No,
ago.
that was
Colors was a long time.
That was, I moved to Toronto in 07.
Makes sense.
That was like 08, 09, 010, around there.
Yeah.
Now, being from that environment, what is the biggest misconception the outsiders have?
That you can't, because of that, like you can't be anything but a gangster or whatever, or like you have to like succumb to, like there's no talent in there, or like they just kill themselves in there. It's, like people don't have no moral ethic, and it's not necessarily what it is, It's that there's just situations that occur that that can create like a lot of paranoia for people and whatnot. But it's a loving community. Like I've never been shot before. I've never been stabbed. I've never been robbed. I moved out the hood successfully. And I have friends who've done that too. I have friends who haven't. But and that, do you know everyone in your life who's successful? And there's people who make it, people who don't. That's just a part of the situation. So like with that being said, I grew up with people who died and whatnot through violence and whatnot. And that's just between like hoods and whatnot, so.
So safe to say, a lot of your music, and which was I was going to ask you, like what inspires the music? Because once again, listening to your projects, they are the dark theme kind of songs, but it's also like James Brown, feature Kibra, right? Which is like, yo, I need you to
upbeat, a little love, a little life,
What inspires that? Like,
for me, every day is a celebration, and I want to put that in my music. So if I'm feeling celebratory, I'm going to celebrate it and write about my celebration. If I'm not feeling celebratory and I'm dealing with some sort of pain or whatever from something that may have affected me in the past, I'm just going to write about it. I'm living, so whatever my pen bleeds is what it bleeds, type of situation.
Yeah. Now, speaking of celebratory, Record Freedom, I want us to get into it real quick. We're going to play it for the listeners and everybody watching the YouTube. We'll play it. I want people to listen to it, and then we'll come back to it.
Yes.
That way we could kind of, because I have questions around that song.
Okay.
And I think for people to understand
what's going on
with you, they need to listen to it. So with no further ado, I want you to introduce the record.
Okay.
And then we'll take a short break and we'll be back.
All right. It's your boy Terence Penny, and right now we're about to play Freedom. This is one of my biggest, so it's not one of my last biggest. I got more coming, but in the meantime, enjoy it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Freedom, of course, on the Activated Podcast. All right, so that was a big tune. Man, talk to me. I want to talk to you. The process. What was that process?
Writing that song?
Writing that song.
For me, it was kind of like I've been told a lot, like, yo, you can't do this, or it'll be wise for you not to do that. And, you got to stay here and do this and whatnot, because this is what people from where you're from do. So the first line was like, they said that I can never do it, that I was wasting time, but they could never prove it. Enslaved to the words of he can't and won't do. But your boy charged up and I talking Goku. And the reason why I said that was saying like, yo, like, I'm not living by what you're bounded by,
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'm going to, do what I can while I can, as long as I'm breathing, and, no one can hold me. I feel like just because of where I'm from, like you try to tell me I'm not able to, that's false,
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the inspiration behind that record.
First time I've seen you perform that record was the Afrofest audition. You had the room going nuts, right? And I was like, shit, I need to pay attention to this guys. Fast forward a few months after you get picked, successfully going through the audition, you get an opportunity to perform at Afrofest.
Yes, sir.
Which by far it is the biggest North American festival themed around African culture and music. About what would you say? 5,000 people.
There was actually 16,000 throughout the that whole day. There's 16,000 pulled up. There was about 5K at the event.
Yeah, like when you was
specific in my circle, there was
yeah.
there was about 5K, but 16,000 people pulled up to the event.
Walk me through. I want to understand your mindset, your preparation.
Going into a big crowd like that.
Going to a big crowd, going to a big stage.
Bro, I had diarrhea like 4 times. Bro. 4 times.
That's real.
That's not the radio. That's me doing that. I was finished, bro. Nah, I was like, coming, you're doing the show. I'm preparing and whatnot, making sure I have a set.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really want to like, have the crowd really like enjoy my music and digest it. What do I do? So I'm like, okay, let me get, the Premier Gao to be playing in the background and whatnot before I start, because, everyone knows that song.
Yeah.
So I do that. But like what stressed me out even more was the fact that, as soon as I was about to get on, it rained.
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy smoke, Lord, you don't want me to do this. Maybe you don't want me to do this.
And then that's when the power went out.
The power went out. It started raining. Straight Noah's Ark. The way I was raining, bro. Yeah. I said, how? It's okay. Let me get the mic real fast. I'll perform real quick before it, I remember that. I was sad. I said, I've been preparing this. Because I've been saying that I was going to get on Afrofest 4 months before Afrofest was even doing auditions.
Shit.
Yeah. And I said, I'm going to make sure I get on this show by any means necessary. And, then for that, and I prepared my set. I knew what I was doing 4 months before, like, you know. So for that, and then for the rain to hit, I just said, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I had people in the crowd who came specifically for me and whatnot, and they're soaked. And I'm just like, these guys they're getting baptized for me. We had the roof over, so we're lit, but people are getting baptized. I'm just like, holy, But after, at that point, I just said, you know what? Like, if I'm meant to do it, I'm meant to do it. Like, God, you're doing, what you're doing. So, with that being said, like, it stopped raining after an hour, and then, like, the crowd got lit. Everyone was wet and just like uncomfortable. Right. And the crowd of 5,000 dissipated really quick with the rain, but then it came back. They came right like back. Nothing. I said, where did everyone? How? Like, where did you like? I blinked, and then boom, and everyone's back over there. Yeah. So when that came on and everyone was there, because everyone was eager, I would say this is the best time because now everyone's eager to hear music because they've been in this rain under like freaking trees trying to cover themselves for like an hour.
You got added pressure,
yeah, no. So for me, I relished off of it. I said, like they're more excited, they're eager. So let me give them the best, performance I possibly can. Right. So came on and it was lit. Like I was just enjoying myself up there.
Biggest takeaway from the preparation and Afrofest, a big performance like that, because I also know sometimes when we do work and get to a big stage, we have a hard time scaling it back. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Yeah. It's like, you do Afrofest after that, my price went up, all this stuff. Yeah. And then somebody might call you and be like, there's 30 people.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Like I've done,
perform for that.
Before Afrofest, I've been able to do some pretty cool, like bigger shows. I've done big shows. I did Sony Center, like 3,500 people twice. I performed in Manchester. Performed in different that in the UK and in the States. I've been in South by Southwest. So I've been in places where there has been 30 people that I performed to, but there's like A&Rs and record execs there, that can show me to 20,000 people. Right. So it's like you never know who's watching. Yeah. So just do what you know what to do all the time, and then keep it moving. You never know what this is gonna follow you towards and whatnot. And most of the biggest shows I've gotten was at small events. The Afrofest audition was a small group of people. That led to a big group of people. So just, with that being said, if you're faithful in little, you'll be faithful in much.
You talk about spending a lot of time in the U.S.
Yeah.
Or at least this year. I've seen you went to Texas.
Yeah, back and forth.
And then you went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What is the biggest difference that you see out there when you in comparison to Toronto?
As for music,
or even the environment. I just want to understand.
It's not multicultural as it is here. Right. So I'm used to I appreciate how the multicultural the city is now more than ever because the food here is insane. There's just so many different things to try. But over there, it's a lot of just southern, and then a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that. I'm just like, nah, I like just that whole holistic approach that we have in the city. But that, and I'm a huge fan of the fact that people are mad supportive out there, in a sense of you want to do a show, you can do a sold out show, no problem. Sometimes it's not easy to do that in the city. You got to boom and come back, But, you want to do something out there, it's not hard to do shows, it's not hard to perform, So, and the talent is A1 out there. And this is the South. Everybody is on. So it's like if you think you're gonna come in and then see some mediocre, you don't see me. I haven't seen mediocre. There obviously is some there, but I have not seen mediocre there at that point yet. I've seen a lot of people doing their thing out there. So only.
So when you go out there, now you were saying that it's easier to perform in the U.S.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's so much harder to perform here in Toronto?
Well, honestly, they have there's 400 million people there, so they have a very dense population. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, there's Canada has 35 million people. Texas alone has 27 million people. So besides them eating, they love entertainment. America's entertainment capital of the world. We can agree to that.
Right.
So the reason why is because they're so high in, I get strategic about this, but they're so high in debt that they don't like to think about their debt. So let me be entertained. Let me go watch something. I'd rather put my money into go watching this concert because I don't want to think about, whatever I'm paying for. So, they tend to put a lot of money into that avenue, and people are just looking to do something to forget about whatever is occurring in their life. Yeah. So, out here, it's not, we don't have that much of we don't have that much people, first of all, in the city, but in Canada alone, right? So, I won't say it's just not just, people say it's screwface capital. That is a part of it, but it's morally the fact that we don't have as much of a population as they do,
One thing I noticed in Toronto too is that our support has been, we came a long way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that even you and I, after your performance, we had a little 5-10 minutes conversation. I don't know if you remember this.
I remember.
And I was like, yo, honestly, whatever that you're doing and you need my support.
Yeah, I remember the conversation,
hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and honestly, and now what I think about it, I met you, met Kibra, I met, why am I forgetting the name? Mr. Baya.
Nathan Baya?
Nathan. Who else did I? And I
My
feel
French-speaking brother.
All you guys come from the same
pocket
of thing, and it's and then I go to Ghana and I'm with Kibra, and then I link up with you, and I think that one thing that I'm super excited about in Toronto is that our support, we're starting to get it if I support him, it's going to do nothing but help me.
Yeah, it works. It works. Yeah,
right. Even if I have 200 followers.
Yeah.
You got 10,000. That still goes a long way because you're now exposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Yo, Ibu's my guy.
Yeah.
He talking about this
two
guy?
and two together. Yeah.
How much do you enjoy that now? As far as
it's the best, bro. Because sometimes it's when your friend's on a bill and they're coming with a specific type of group, and you're bringing your group and everyone knows each other. It's like an extended family.
Yeah.
So the event goes more smoother because everyone kind of knows. Right, it's a mutual relationship.
Yeah.
So it kind of becomes like a club. It's an open club.
Yeah.
But, so I appreciate that because then when my friends see me performing and they know my stuff, I can do my show as a show without saying, okay, you say freedom at this time. I don't have to do that. They're booming. They got it. So that's what I appreciate. I could just be an artist at that point. So
my second favorite record from you. Honestly, I like a lot of your music, but I'm just trying to think the one to stand out to me. Detail. You invited me to come to the video shoot.
Yeah.
I think that day, for whatever reason, I had 2 shoots that day.
There was free food at the shoot.
That's
food at the shoot. I'll show you the video after. It was on my phone.
I think about it all the time. I was like, man.
The jollof, macaroni pie.
I should have been there.
Barbecue chicken.
Now, you say you got shot the video.
Yeah.
Is it coming anytime soon?
It's coming in the summer. I got a bunch of things rolling out, and it all makes sense.
You know what? For those listening in, I would like to introduce that record, let y'all listen to it, and then we'll come back, and I got some more questions I want to ask around there. But of course, I want you to do the honors and please introduce the next record.
Once again, it's your boy Terence Penny, and I got a song called Details. We about to play that featuring Chopay. So let's get it.
Yeah, man, you don't know, say Island
Connects, yo.
Yeah,
man. Say energy.
Yo, enough man want to play the formula, you know, but guess what? You have to born with this, you see it.
What we say, a detail, check the retail.
Yeah.
This one, they make them dance now. Let them watch. Let them.
You know, more times I don't say the things I pre. Because your time just not worth the wins I see. Go live your life. Sun's bright outside. Know you alive today. There's a better way you can spend your day. My people got a thing they say. Come a little closer, let me give you some game. Oh yeah, make you know they comprehend every voice. You know, empty barrels, I be them gon' make the most noise. Hey, I ain't got time for this. Never waste my gift just to ride at this. But I know they'll ride to this, so I got to put up with it. I got too many enemies. Two of your souls make sense to me. I don't need them taking energy. Oh, they always pay attention to the details. They watch my moves, they looking for where I will fail. They always pay attention to that.
Them on their pre. Why watch me? Go and watch your TV. Don't you understand when you see TP that I'm nothing set trend while the others envy like, oh, see the devil in the details. But I walk with the Lord so I prevail. You can never ever stop me. Know the God got me getting goals hockey. I don't pre or the back chat. Cause all your words fade like a Snapchat. Now let me get my groove on. I'm trying to stack this bread like a screw tons. Yeah, I done got time to waste. Why watch you, man? Don't watch no face. Bad energy, stay far away. They can't entertain you, not today.
I got too many enemies. Two of your souls make sense to me. I don't need them taking energy. Oh, they always pay attention to the details. They watch my moves, they looking for where I will fail. They always pay attention to the. I don't need your praise. I don't need your love.
Your love.
I don't need your comments. I can do bad on my own. Get on my knees and pray.
Yeah.
That he reveals to me.
Let them know Z.
Oh, bad energy.
Yeah. Let's get it like.
I got too many enemies. Your souls make sense to me. I don't need them taking energy. Oh, they always pay attention to the details. They watch my moves. They look and see where I will fail. They always pay attention.
All right, thanks again. That was my man TP with Details. Listen, man, I'm trying to understand. I mean, Africa, I think we have it in us. How do you get that island vibe? You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, and if you guys listening to the both records, they're completely
Different
pockets. And I love them equally the same, right? What inspires a record like Details?
Yeah, honestly, like, I had that song for a minute. I had that song for like a year and a half. And for me, like, it took some time because of what Afrobeat looks like and Afro swing.
Right.
And I'm just kind of like, I like this. I like it a lot, but like, I'm just a listener. I don't know what that looks like for me as a rapper, you know?
Yeah.
So I did a lot of homework and I listened to a lot of Afrobeat. And just to get down proper, I'm African, I'm Ghanaian. I listen to this as a fan, but to listen to it as a listener, as an artist trying to create, is different.
It's a different part,
different, right? Yeah, it's one thing to come, do what's it called, shoki or whatever you want to, but like but there's one thing to like, okay, I want to create something so other people can shoki too, like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, like, this is, for me, it took some time to kind of like wrap my head around it. Mm-hmm. So, learning more about my culture and being more open into my culture and whatnot definitely helped by far with the sound of it and whatnot. So,
and you also got the Island vibe. Talk to me about the features on there. Is it Island Connect?
Island Connect. Actually, Island Connect is on the little intro in the beginning.
Okay.
So Island Connect is just saying that little blurb, meaning we're just chilling at some Jamaican restaurant and we're just kind of like, yo.
Yeah.
So then it's mainly, the song is between me and Chope. It's a
Okay.
joint collaboration.
Yeah.
And then it's featuring Tammy and another guy named The Letter Z.
Okay.
And those singers, vocalists, be killing that record, you know. So.
But honestly, I still play the song. I still play the song.
I appreciate that.
And I remember I was doing. Sometimes we put songs together to do a mixtape or whatever it was, and then I had send it to the DJ, and then he came back to me like, "Yo, what the hell you get this record?" I was like, "Yo, this is local." Like, one thing that makes me excited about knowing a guy like you is like, "Yo, we don't gotta go anywhere else." You know what I mean? TP, what's up? DM you, get your number.
Boom, boom, boom. That's
you know
it.
what I mean? Let's make it happen. And I think that comes a long way, and that makes me super, super excited.
Facts.
You know what I like to do also when I was in Niger? I was there playing local artists, right? And without obviously, because I feel like there's a stigma attached to it. As soon as you start talking about,
you don't say it, just play it. Yeah.
I was pulling. Shout out to my man Swayze. I was playing some of his. I don't know if you know him. He dropped a project called I Am Him.
Okay.
Dope. I'm sitting there playing it. You know, people like, yo, where'd you
Who's
get this
this
shit from?
Yeah. Unbiased.
Play your shit. Yo, we were literally having a party. I was playing some of Kibber's songs, some Atonement.
All of that.
Slim Flex. Everybody that I could play.
You're aware of.
I know these guys. I got their phone number, you know what I mean? And then, so when you do that, and then you see the people vibing,
it breaks a different bias,
it's a good thing. And also, I was waiting, now that you told us you releasing in summer, I'll be waiting for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, I know that song they shot a video for it, what's happening, but you know best.
No,
right?
The reason why was because in August, the summer just ended and I just shot the video.
Yeah, true.
I finally got around to shooting the video.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, I don't want to release it in September. I'm kind of done with the year.
Yeah.
I'll wait it out because I have other things that I am building for too. So let me just hold it and then, see what makes sense at the end of the day. So that was more my reason as to why I'm holding it. So
honestly, now that you tell me, it makes sense because then now you get the, if you give it to us early,
in January, in February,
February,
you're confused.
March,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Barbecue chicken, summer vibes,
as soon as you start to roll up, you get the whole summer to really, and that's what the track is about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Also, I want to talk a little bit personal stuff because I'll be honest with you. In some ways, you do inspire me, right?
I appreciate that.
And because I know I get into this conversation about black men don't cheat, and you are in a
very happy relationship,
yes, and inspiring almost, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. Like, what is it like for you to be in the lane that you're in, but still, holding it down,
boot
like
up, but just minding my business.
Yeah.
You know what? For me, I've always had a difficulty being in relationships with people that are gonna give what I give or match what I match. In the sense of if I'm gonna be in a relationship, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
So if I'm not doing 100% in the relationship, then it's not working. But I said I'm willing to give it if you give it back, and I saw it being emulated in front of me.
Yeah.
So I said, yo, why wouldn't I do the same? So that's the basis of our relationship.
Yeah.
Me and my girl. So
crazy enough, I'm 30, right? And I see a lot more younger generation. I feel like y'all figured it out a lot earlier than we have.
You're killing me.
No, yo,
you're killing me.
At 24, come on, man. You couldn't get me. But this is what I'm also saying, there's no point of me not telling you it's real, and it inspires me as well. And one thing that really makes me happy about it is that y'all figure it out earlier than we did. That means that the next generation coming after you guys also get to see this thing and be inspired by it. Outside of what you were saying, the way that you guys connecting things, what was your inspiration? Did you see anybody else, or maybe, being African, parents been married? I mean, my parents been married 30
My parents wasn't married, bro. My parents is African. Different, yeah. Traditionally Africans are known to be. My parents were married, so they never did that. They're not together or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they weren't married or anything.
Where's that inspiration come from?
Wanting that because I never had it, you know. Okay. So yeah, more like, you know, wanting to, you know, I'm like, there's too much energy trying to entertain so many shorties and then be an artist at the same time. Real talks.
Yeah, facts.
How do you entertain so many shorties and then be focused about what you're doing when she's ringing off your phone? One girlfriend is a lot of work, bro. I'm not saying my relationship is perfect, bro. You know, I'm lying, bro. It's a lot of work.
Hey,
so why am I out here trying to get like $1 million in that, bro?
Late,
bro, I'm out. So you know, I'm really serious about my craft.
Yeah.
You know, and she's serious about her ventures and whatnot too. So it's like, you know, just support each other and then like appreciate that and move forward. Like, you know, and that's it. Like, you know, I met a lot of, you know, cool girls and pretty girls and whatever, and like, you know, like it just didn't fit, you know, what I needed, and you know, she does so and she's beautiful and I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and vice versa, you know. So with that being said, like, you know, she's with it, I'm with it, you know, we're supporting each other the best way we possibly can. What's the issue? Yeah. You know?
I mean, shout out to you. Shout out to you, Queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, big up.
Coco Swirl on the cut.
We just wanted to, you know what I mean, big you up because obviously you keep our brother here sane and focused. So he's giving us this music that we vibe to and we like that kind of stuff. 2020.
Yes, sir.
I know we started out, we talked about the song. I want you to get into what can we expect from you?
Yo, I got
coming up in
2020. I just released 2020.
Right.
I got April, I got a new song coming out along with, you know, a new project. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm turning 25. I'm also having a show this year, independent. So, you know.
Do we know the name of the project or is it not? It's not ready.
It's not ready. It's not ready now, brother.
I'm starting to learn that you keep secrets from us, and I like that because I feel like I'll wait because I know I won't be disappointed if that makes sense.
No, I really marinated this chicken, like, you know, it's deep marination. This chicken, when you chew on it, it'll taste every ingredient I put into this, you know. Yeah. I'm really working, you know, so it's practically done. I'm just everything is time, right? Yeah. So,
I mean, so much comes around too, like a project being done, but also how you package it.
Exactly. You know, the project is not the issue. Yeah. It's everything else around it. And I'll be back on Activated to talk about the project. We're here. You know, that, and, you know, I recently just got sponsored by the North Face. Okay. So, you know, just trying to collaborate with them and work with them too. So, you know,
TP getting, you know, that's why I see how you pull up. I ain't gonna put your business out there, but you pull up it.
Right. This guy's killing me, bro. Toyota.
Toyota's the best. Man. But you got a different type of Toyota. But we're not going.
This guy's killing me.
So you got the project coming in May.
Like late April, early May. Yeah.
You putting up a show also.
Yes, sir.
After that.
Yes.
Obviously to perform and to bring awareness to the project. Yeah. Will you try to come back for Afrofest, or you feel like it's a one and done thing?
Well, for me, I'm always down to come, you know, if they want it, like, you know, if they're looking, you know, I've never seen someone perform twice at Afrofest.
Oh yeah, people have been doing it for 6 years, bro.
I didn't know that. So I didn't see me 2020 Terence Penny will be there.
People that have been on it too long, be like, yo, bro,
I didn't know that.
Performed this song 3 years in a row. Come on, man.
I didn't know that. Nah,
but also I think the thing about Afrofest that I can attest to, because I've been going out there. I mean,
same. I've been going out for 4 years to Afrofest. Watching though.
I've been involved 10. I've been going for like 12.
I had no clue.
And I've been hosting 2 years. So even me, like my progression has been steady and slow and things like that. We used to have to chase around artists. We used to have to beg, yo, please.
Perform.
Please.
That's crazy. I never would have thought that. That's crazy.
The implementation of the auditions, because the demand is too high now. And as you can see, like per audition, they do about 2 or 3. It's about 30 people.
Yeah, it's
and
full.
About 5, 6 get selected.
It's not. Yeah.
So now it's like, yo, as long as you got the talent, you come back with some new stuff. And of course, you could. And I think one is not enough. You know, one, you get your feet wet.
Yeah. No, I'm always down, bro.
2, you know,
that crowd lit. Like, what you mean? I'm finna, 100%. I know that.
So just, I mean, not. It's something to wrap your mind around.
There's certain things. Sorry about that for cutting. There's certain things I don't lap twice. I'll lap that twice. Yeah, most definitely.
And then squeeze the shit out that juice. Now I feel you.
Palm wine.
Anything else that we didn't have a chance to get into. I feel like I feel like I just had a full jollof meal. You know what I'm saying?
Meaty.
We got to the leanness of what's going on.
Yeah.
And we got to learn a little bit about you. Obviously, this is about your music, so I'm glad we get to play 2 of your songs on the podcast in this format because it's the first time I'm also even trying this thing. Anything else you wanna leave us with?
Just stay tuned because I got a lot coming this year. You know, and you're in Toronto. You travel in Toronto. Be aware. You know, I got a lot coming. Come enjoy. Have a good time. You know, as I say in my shows, come eat with us. So that's it.
Give us your Instagram, Twitter, and your website. And all that stuff.
Okay. So it's all Terence Penny everywhere. I'm gonna spell it like Aquila in the B. TERENCEPENNY. Once again, TERENCEPENNY. And that's my social media on everything. So keep up with me and see what's popping.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Like I said, I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Of course, we could do. We definitely once the project drop,
I'll be back.
I need you to come back and then we'll do a part 2 and figure out some new heat that you drop for the city. Thank you, sir. For everybody else tuning in, once again, you've not tuned into the Activated Podcast. Of course, your host Ibu, and you've officially been activated.
Love.
Peace.